Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Chris-Beth Cowie, and I'm the host of BizGrams, the founder of Empowered for X. And today I'm super excited because we have Nigel, who is an awesome starter entrepreneur for creating Yerba tea drinks with his company, Yari Tea. Did I get
Yes,
that correct?
you did get it correct. It's Yari tea products. So yes,
Yari Tea
absolutely.
products. Awesome.
Yes.
Nigel, how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I can't complain. I'm just just out here just living life and you know excited to be on an entrepreneurial journey while also finishing my master's degree. So it's
Hey,
been
that
been
is
super
super
busy these
awesome.
days. Yeah.
That's awesome. And I know that you're doing your Masters of Science in Sustainable Management program at
Hmm.
University of Toronto. We'll talk a
Yeah.
little bit about that and what
Yeah,
does that
absolutely.
entail. But more importantly, as you're going through your Masters, as you said, you started an entrepreneurial venture with Yari Tea. If you could
Mhm.
just talk to us a little bit more about your company and what you do.
Yeah, so we're a sustainable organic yerba mate tea company, and I guess for some people who might not be familiar with what yerba mate is, it's like a caffeinated tea drink from South America. It's been consumed down there for thousands of years, and it's a huge part of the culture there as well. So it's not as widespread here in North America, so I'm really trying to bring it up here and kind of introduce it to folks up here. So basically, it's got as much caffeine in it as coffee does, but it has the health benefits of green tea at the same time. So a lot of people love drinking green tea, but it doesn't give them that energy. A lot of people love drinking coffee, but it doesn't have the nutrients. And coffee also sometimes can give you the jitters, sometimes can give you, upset stomach or what have you, and an unpleasant crash afterwards. Yerba mate doesn't have that. So yerba mate has a really nice energy profile to it as well, and it's a lot more smooth than coffee is, and yeah, I think it's a really great product, and I'm really happy to be bringing it to people.
Hey, that is super exciting. And a little something that I was sharing with you a little before, yerba mate is something that I fell in love with when I lived in Paraguay back
Hmm.
in 2005, 2006. It
Yeah.
was my first time sitting around with my family, with my guampa and bombilla, and
Yes.
sipping and passing the hot tea.
Yes.
Yes, I should have brought mine. Passing the hot tea around as you
Hmm.
have in with the straw there, the bombilla or straw there.
Hmm.
Um, and it was my first time into this cultural experience
Hmm.
whereby community was being had, conversations were being shared,
Hmm.
and they were sharing this drink, passing it around. So definitely
Yeah.
would agree with you. Down in South America, um, it is a very popular drink that is consumed and
Mhm.
celebrated in many ways, right?
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, I think that's such an important part of yerba mate culture is the sharing part of it, right? And it's you know, kind of yeah, it's used to kind of generate conversations and really bring people together, and that's something that I hope to do with this yerba mate business as well. I really hope to kind of keep that same spirit in what it is that I'm doing.
Hey, that is awesome. And so, in terms of just tying it to your program, because I know that that is something that you're really passionate about. You
Hmm.
talked about being an environmentally sustainable company,
Hmm.
looking at the organic manufacturing of this product as well.
Yeah.
What does your program entail, and how has that impacted the work that you're doing in your company right now?
So yeah, I mean, our program kind of entails like looking at all facets of sustainability, and not just that, but like really the business aspects of it too. So um, it's such like sustainability. It's such a broad concept. It's such a far-reaching kind of thing. But basically, what it boils down to is making sure that we have enough resources for the future generations, and just doing enough for today that we're not taking away from future generations. So one of the big things in my business is I'm really trying to you know make sure that I do focus on having that sustainability. And one thing that I am kind of learning in the startup is that sometimes it can be tough to implement sustainability initiatives like right off the bat, because you need to get started and all of this stuff. I've been trying to look at different bottles for my product, because right now unfortunately it's plastic, and it's hard to get glass or aluminum bottles which are more sustainable. But I've also kind of looked at other initiatives too, to help kind of you know I've started to look at them like planting trees or carbon offsets, things like that, to kind of really start to offset my environmental impact. And on top of this, my actual like research project is on making sure that it's on the sustainability of yerba mate plantations in South America. So one of the things that we're seeing right now is that a lot of the Atlantic rainforest, which is one of the most biodiverse regions in the world, is being lost to agriculture. So things like beef cattle grazing and monocultures, where it's just one plant in the plantation. So that has a real negative impact on biodiversity, has a negative impact on climate change, on soil health, and can also impact like economic livelihood as well. So that's what my research project is looking at. And so from the findings that I'm getting, I'm really trying to kind of leverage those into making my own business more sustainable enterprise. So that's kind of what some of the ways that my program is helping to really help me make me more effective as well. I've learned some things in accounting in my program as well. I've learned things about like managing sustainable organizations and kind of business psychology and all that. So it's been like, it's such a well-rounded program, and I think all of those aspects has really helped me to kind of start and push forward with this business, and also just be make sustainability the core of what it is I'm doing.
Hey, that is so powerful. And thank you so much for sharing and educating us on, the reality around sustainability in this current landscape. You talked about, the monocultures and the lack of biodiversity within ecosystems, and the ultimate detrimental to that as well, to our families and livelihood in the long term, right? And so
Yeah, absolutely.
the way that you're injecting that mindset and knowing into your company as you move forward is really powerful. One of the things you also shared is like you're starting with plastic bottles, and I believe, are the plastic bottles just plastic bottles, or they like recycled? I can't remember what.
They're recyclable. So
Yeah.
I mean, I made sure that at least, like, if I was gonna start with plastic bottles, I need to make sure that they're easily recyclable. So that's kind of, I take solace in that. But
Yes.
once I have some more revenues, and once I build out my infrastructure, my business a little bit more, then I will move to kind of the more sustainable option.
And I love it because honestly, when you have an idea and the stage that you are in right now, you're testing, right? You're testing to see if there's this market viability, product and market fit, right? And you're doing an amazing job. So do you want to just talk to us a little bit about your journey since March? And I know some of the changes that you've had over those part of the time period because I've been
Yeah.
part of seeing that as well. So share with
Yeah.
us a little.
Yeah, so at first, I mean, I had actually called the company Regenerate Yerba Mate, and then I realized that, after talking with some folks that some resources that you guys had provided, I think the guy's name was Mohammed Tavili, and yeah, he was like, nah, that name's too long. It's it's not great, for doesn't roll off the tongue. So I was like, all right, back to the drawing board it is. So I kind of did a little more like research into like yerba mate culture and renamed it Yari tea products. And so in March, I registered the business, and so that was pretty exciting. And then after that, I kind of updated all the Instagram pages and messed around with creating a different logo, and kind of ended up designing one myself, and it actually ended up looking all right. So I was happy about that. And then as far as like other changes, so throughout the past like maybe year and a half or so, I had been like making yerba mate at home, just so I could like save money and not go out and buy like the canned stuff. Um, so I started making it some more, and I started buying a lot of stuff for my business. I started buying and buying. I bought I bought like a bottling machine. I bought 300 bottles. I bought you know kilograms upon kilograms of yerba mate. Have I can maybe I can show the camera here, but it was yeah, big kilogram of yerba mate. Bought about 6 of those. So yeah, I've been doing that, and kind of exploring different like flavoring options and different kind of flavor combinations. And so I made about 7 different flavor combinations, and created about, so like 4 of them are like the regular flavors. So we just have like original lemon, which is like just the original yerba mate, like with like just a splash of lemon flavor. And other ones I made were ginger lime and orange, and oh dang, what's the other one?